So finally, we've got transport. So we've got all of our loose sediments here, sitting on top of one another. And then here you can see the different layers. So we have our different layers right here, and they're all getting deposited on top of one another. So how do we go from deposits to lithification? What's going to happen with all those deposits? Yeah, they're going to start pushing down on each other. It's going to compact each other. And that's basically the big one right there, is the compaction. When we think about mud, mud tends to be very thick. But yeah, if you look at the shale that's inside your box, it's pretty thin. It has very thin layers in it. And what's happening is the mud literally gets squeezed, and so all the water gets pushed out, and you're left with these very thin layers of the mud without the water. And that's because of the pore spaces. So when we think about mud, it has a lot of pore spaces. But after it's been compressed, all those air or pore spaces basically get squeezed out, they get closed. There's not really much you can do with it. On here with the sand. And we can see where we start off with basically a lot of water. So there's our completely soaked sand. And then over time, notice how angular that a lot of these pieces are. And the fact that it's not well sorted means that we have a lot of open, or the fact that it is well sorted gives us a lot of open air spaces. Because of the different shapes, they don't really, compact that well. And so what happens is the water leaves, but what's it leaving behind now? Minerals, just like on here. You guys remember doing this? Okay, as that water evaporated, it leaves behind the dissolved minerals. Well, what are those minerals going to do once they start connecting here? What does it actually act like? Yeah, it acts like the glue. It's going to cement those pieces together, and that's the lithification process. And now all of a sudden we go from loose sediments into rock, and then that's the matrix. So the cement, or the minerals that make up that cement, that's called the matrix.